C-3PO, R2-D2, and Chewbacca. And introducing Lando Calrissian. It's an epic of romance, of heroes and villains. They cross trackless voids to unknown worlds. A galactic odyssey against oppression. A big, new, sprawling space adventure in the Star Wars saga.
So big.
The Empire Strikes Back.
Does it? Oh my God. You see,
Come to your galaxy next summer.
Next summer. I think that is the way to do movie trailers.
The Empire Spanks Back.
Dr. Alan Grant rescued the lady and escaped from the park, but his story didn't end there. It's Jurassic Park 2, a thrilling, chilling dino coaster ride you won't want to miss. They fight giant creatures with scaly skin and teeth like very big spikes. A tropical conflict against monstrous odds. A big, new, shiny, exciting slam-bam movie-woogie, Jurassic Park 2!
That would have been perfect.
Don't you think?
Yeah, very good. And what about, I would have liked one for Fahrenheit 9/11.
Yeah, or Collateral. Jamie Foxx killed Tom Cruise and escaped with the nice lady, but his story didn't end there. It's Collateral 2! A thrilling, chilling, late-night taxi ride you cannot afford not to board.
Are you sure you didn't speed up the trailer?
No, that is the authentic trailer for The Empire Strikes Back. I love it when he goes, the big, new, exciting movie! Oh, I think they should bring that guy back.
More
So
clips.
that's number 3 in my top 3 Star Wars DVD moments. So are we going to do number 2 straight away?
Come on then.
Why don't we tease it?
Oh, teasing.
Tease it. Play a record or something.
Oh, okay then. There's Jet. That's Meantime by the Future Heads. You're listening to Adam and Joe here on XFM. Now we've got some more Star Wars action for you.
Yeah, we've just compiled the top 3 moments from the new Star Wars DVDs. At number 3 was that trailer from The Empire Strikes Back with a fantastically camp voice. At number 2 is Chewbacca speaking. Now, obviously, when they shot the film, they weren't sure whether Chewie would do his noise. That's not very good. Do a Chewie noise, Adam.
I'm not very good. Phil Jupitus is the king of the Chewie noise.
And so they just had the actor, Peter Mayhew,
Yeah.
in the suit, speak lines of dialogue. They'd written lines of dialogue for him. And there's a little bit in the documentary which lets you hear what that sounded like. So let's play that.
Action.
That old man's mad.
You said it, Chewie.
That old man's mad.
What would that have been like if they'd kept that in?
That old man's mad.
I don't know about that bloke in the black helmet. He seems like a bit of a nutter.
Let's go on the big spaceship and escape.
Can you imagine?
Can we have that one more time? Here we go.
Action.
That old man's mad.
You said it, Chewie.
So we go like, Chewie, put the Millennium Falcon into light speed.
Okay.
I can't remember which switch it is. Oh, no, it's this one.
Remind me again where the hyperdrive button is.
The funny thing is, Chewie should actually speak like that, because he looks like a big gangly old hippie. He looks like a sort of Terry Pratchett type, or, doesn't he?
Yeah, well...
He looks sort of like a techie.
Are you talking about Peter Mayhew now, or Chewie?
Both of them. I don't actually know what Peter Mayhew looks like. Because he's in that suit, isn't he?
No, but he gets interviewed a lot on that disc, and
Yeah,
he's more hairy than Chewie.
Is he?
He's an extraordinary looking character. Yeah. So are we going to have one more Star Wars bit now?
The number 1 Star Wars bit. Do you want to do it now?
Or shall we wait?
The number 1 best bit on the Star Wars DVDs.
Okay, now let's wait.
Tease it.
Got another free play now. This is Brendan Benson. That's called Tiny Spark. That's by Brendan Benson from his excellent album La Palco. This is Adam and Joe on XFM.
Ooh, little burp there.
Little burpee.
Swallowed it down.
Oh, that's nice. Thank you very much for telling me.
So we've been running through our top 3 moments from the new Star Wars DVD box set. At number 3 was the camp trailer for The Empire Strikes Back that you'll find in the trailers section of disc 4. At number 2 was Chewbacca speaking.
Yeah, that was great.
And can you guess what's at number 1, Adam Buxton?
Oh,
It's a pretty obvious choice.
No, come on, tell me.
Well,
Or should we just play it? Is it something you can just play, or does it need to be explained?
no, it kind of needs to be explained. I mean, it's very obvious. For me, the best thing on that whole set of DVDs is the moment
It's surely not Darth.
when Darth Vader speaks with Dave Prowse's accent.
Fantastic.
So as everyone knows, it was Dave Prowse, the actor inside the Darth Vader suit in the first 3 films, had a sort of West Country accent, and he spoke Darth Vader's lines before they then dubbed it over with James Earl. Some snippets of what it sounded like with the original Dave Prowse voice.
Oh.
It's amazing stuff. Listen to this.
Finding the right voice for Darth Vader was another challenge.
And action! Start tearing the ship apart piece by piece until you find those tapes. Find the passengers of this vessel. I want them alive!
I'm a member of the Imperial Senate on a diplomatic...
You are part of the Rebel Alliance and a traitor. Take her away.
That's exactly what you would think, wouldn't it? You are part of the Rebel Alliance and a traitor. Take her away.
He's really going for it, though, isn't he?
Yeah.
He thinks the part is his. The voice is
Absolutely.
his. He thinks he's going to make it to the finished movie, and don't mess her up with my space station again, you silly bun-headed woman.
I am your father. What do you think of that, young Luke? I may have cut off your hand, but it's my prerogative as your dad. Now, you were great, but I think we're gonna have to do something with your voice. What, like a kind of synthesizer effect or something on it?
Oh, yo, I'm your father. I am your father. I will kill you, naughty princess. Something like that.
Yeah, that'll sound great. That's a good idea,
No,
George.
actually, we're going to replace the whole thing with a guy with a deep voice.
Why are you gonna do that, you bugger?
You nerd, you bloody nerd. George Lucas here is nothing but a nerd.
Let's have one more
A
listen.
video games nerd.
Finding the right voice for Darth Vader was another challenge.
And action! Start tearing the ship apart piece by piece until you find those tapes. Find the passengers of this vessel. I want them alive!
I'm a member of the Imperial Senate on a diplomatic...
You are part of the Rebel Alliance and a traitor. Take her away.
Take her away.
It's a smash.
It's not quite as threatening as the finished thing, is it?
It's great, though, isn't it, overall, the amount of effort that they've put into the extras on that DVD set.
Yeah. Well done.
It's a bargain. Okay, now I think are we going to try Ditties in the Dock, just for the sake of a tiny bit of continuity?
Yeah, well, regular listeners to our show will know in the final half hour we did something called Ditties in the Dock, where we each chose a record and you listeners voted for which one we should play.
It's an amazing feature. It's the kind of thing that we invented. No one else has ever done anything like it.
The title was a joke at first, Ditties in the Dock, because it's not a very good title.
No, and
but
there's
it's sort of
nothing-
stuck.
And we play sort of Western music underneath it, a bit like this.
Yeah. Oh, those were the days.
Yeah. So should we just have a try anyway?
Well, there might be. Apparently, XFM has a new phone system, and you have to go through all sorts of, if you want to speak to an operator, press 1, sort of shenanigans. And that makes it a bit difficult for people to phone through. But we might try anyway.
So we'll understand if no one phones in to vote.
But please, please phone in to vote. Please make those selections and push through that phone system, because we need sort of at least 3 voters before we can have a winner, don't we?
Now, Joe, I think you felt last time that it was a bit prejudicial as to who put their case first.
I believe the person who went first usually won, yeah.
Do you want to go first this time, then?
Okay. Okay, well, my ditty in the dock... Well, we're going to do it, are we now?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, well, my ditty in the dock this week, Joe's ditty in the dock, it's not a pleasant song.
Oh.
It's Carrie Fisher singing to the tune of the Star Wars theme.
Oh.
It's from the Star Wars Holiday Special, which was a telly-programme that went out once in 1978 that basically featured Carrie Fisher, possibly on inebriating substances, Mark Hamill just after his accident. It basically made a mockery of the whole Star Wars universe, but at the climax of it, it featured Carrie Fisher singing a song to the tune of the Star Wars theme. And I've got to be straight with you, listeners, it's absolutely appalling. But it's also quite amusing, and that's why it's my ditty in the dock.
That sounds great, as in Grate. My ditty in the dock is a totally different thing. It's not quite such an oddity, but it's by Robin Hitchcock. And he's a man that used to be in a band called the Soft Boys, and he's released amazingly unusual and interesting solo albums right through the 80s and the 90s and on into the noughties. This is a track called The Man Who Invented Himself from an album of his called Black Snake Diamond Roll. And I'm telling you, do yourself a favour and vote for this one, because it's a peach and it will gain you access to a wonderful world of music which is not as well known as it should be. It sounds a bit like something that might have popped up on Hunky Dory by David Bowie. But it's a really great song, and it's not the kind of thing you would normally hear on XFM or any other radio station for that matter.
Well, neither's Carrie Fisher singing a song to the tune of the Star Wars theme.
Well, that's a fair point. So
call 0871 222 1049. 0871 222 1049. We beg you to call, to struggle through the phone system and to cast your vote. Either Robin Hitchcock singing what?
The Man Who Invented Himself.
That one. Or Carrie Fisher singing a song to the tune of the Star Wars theme from the Star Wars Holiday Special. You decide which song plays out the show. 0871 222 1049. Call now!
Wow. That's Green Day with American Idiot.
That's a strong song, isn't it? Strong song. Americans are idiots.
It's got bleeped, swearing words in it.
Yeah.
It's just...
You know, the video to that's quite amusing. Have you seen the video to that?
No.
It's Green. It is Green Day, isn't it? Green Day playing next to a big green American flag, green paint coming out of big green boxes. But the director seems to be a little nervous about showing Green Day's actual age, because they're getting on now, Green Day.
Well, the lead singer looks like Gary Newman at the moment. He's got all black hair and kind of...
But they look like Busted will look in 25 years if they don't change their clothes.
One of Busted already looks like that.
Yeah. So the director tries to compensate for that by every technique in the book. Out of focus, a lot of green paint, just filming the ear. I don't think there are any clear, clean, in-focus shots of the band Green Day in their video.
It's a necessary thing once people start getting older and they're in the public eye. Like the new REM album. I don't know if you've seen the cover of that.
No, blurry?
It's very blurry, and they're all stretched and elongated blurs.
Really?
Yeah, so you sort of think, oh, they're cool rock men, but of course when you actually see them, they're gnarled.
Whatever happened to just
lumpy.
being honest about your gnarl? A really nice, crisp, clear black and white photo of an old man's face, like the texture of the Arizona desert.
Like Johnny
or
Cash.
A road map, you know? Why be ashamed of age?
Well, we, sort of circumvented that issue on the Adam and Joe DVD by having a very old photograph of us looking young.
I don't look any different. I look like a little baby.
A little lovely baby. Thanks for phoning in to vote for Ditties in the Dock. Don't forget you are voting for either Carrie Fisher singing a twisted version of the theme from Star Wars, or the fantastic Robin Hitchcock singing a song called The Man Who Invented Himself. You can still phone us 0871 222 1049, and we will play the winning song at the end of the hour.
Hey, and you know, I've got to apologise to a couple of listeners who believe that I gave away the ending to Collateral. I haven't even seen Collateral. I guessed the ending.
People get very upset when you give away the ending.
Why are people so upset about that?
Well, you know, our friend Graham Linehan, I was talking to him the other day, and he was saying...
That's a little bit of a name drop, isn't it? If you're going to drop the name, you might as well explain who he is.
He is one of this country's finest comedy writers, responsible for Father Ted, along with his partner, Arthur Matthews, and he's great. Anyway, but I was talking to Graham, and he was saying that he was going to see...
How are you going to tell this story without now giving away the ending of another film?
Because I don't accept his point that I gave it away. Because Open Water is this film about these two people who get left behind by a boat in shark-infested waters. Yeah. It's based on a true story that actually happened. Yeah. And it's not like they're changing the ending or anything. Yeah. So what do you think happens to two people left in...
Let's not tell anybody, just in case. I saw that film. I thought it was rubbish.
I wouldn't go and see it because I can imagine how it ends, and I think, why would you bother sitting through that with such a predictable ending? And Graham said, I can't believe you gave away the ending. I was like, well, what do you think happens? It's based on a true story, and the true story was tragic. Does that give you a clue?
It's just, that film's just like an episode of, this has been said before, but it's like an episode of Emergency 999 without the Michael Burke voiceover.
But people are freaking out about it like it's the rebirth of cinema.
It's rubbish.
Are you sure?
Yep.
Okay, then. Right, we'll be back in just a second. XFM.
What happened there? Was that a technical problem?
Snow Patrol imploded.
Oh, that's that fighting.
That's How to Be Dead by Snow Patrol.
He rhymed ride with pride.
What's wrong with that?
Well, I don't know. I just think that.
I know it's the same word essentially.
Yeah,
except without the P.
Generally I have a problem with rock lyrics, and this brings me round to one of the new Gap ads.
Not the Kravitz based.
Yeah, Lenny Kravitz's new Gap ads. I don't know, listeners, whether you've seen the new Lenny Kravitz Gap